Do you read it sometimes? Yeah. So this is the third chapter which is beginning from today, and this chapter is mainly about like in the sense of like uh, all of you know the uh, preface. How many of you know the preface of the Bhagavad Gita? Like how did Gita started? It's in Mahabharata, yeah. Yeah, it's in, yeah, that's true. It's in Mahabharata, yeah. About Gita is about karma. Yeah, we will address it. And how did Gita actually? How did actually we got the scene of the Bhagavad Gita? Just like we see here, Krishna is like, huh? But yeah, yeah. So Arjun got confused. See, all the time like this was going on between the Pandavas and Kauravas, and that there was like mediation in between. That okay, give the Pandavas the right share, but even Krishna himself went to is a peacemaker. Okay, give Pandavas their share, and there will be no reason of any war. But unfortunately, Duryodhan didn't agree, and so finally there was a battle. And on the battlefield in the Kurukshetra, when all the armies were there, Arjun asked Krishna, who was playing the role of his chariot driver, just you see, Krishna is driving the chariot of Arjuna, that take this chariot in the middle so that I can see all those who have come to fight. So Krishna did it. So here Arjun was facing all this. I am facing all of you. Arjun was facing all the Kauravas. So yeah, you can come in. You can come in. You can have darshan, and there's some Bhagavad Gita discussion also going on. So so Arjun was facing all those like Kauravas, and so he got little bit bewildered. He said that confused in the sense why here is my mother, uncle, grandfather. Sorry, no mother. He is my father, grandfather, and like uncles. How can I fight with them? Even if they are blinded and they want the kingdom and they have come to fight, but still, even if they kill me, but I won't retaliate or fight back. So these were some of the his sentiments at that time. So, uh, however, as Kshatriya, Arjun was supposed to fight because he had to maintain the honor of Draupadi also, who was being robed practically uh, in the whole the vicious assembly, and she basically like all those people tried to insult Draupadi, and therefore there were many reasons for him to fight, but he became very much compassionate. So, how do you feel? What were the Arjun sentiments? How do you see Arjun now? Confused, huh? He was right, yeah. He should not have fought. But on the other hand, his wife was like that, was being insulted again and again. And they were being like, uh, I mean, deprived of their own share of the kingdom. So then what about Kunti? What about the other sides who were suffering? Pandavas. Seeing from that angle, how do you feel? He should fight. So you are saying he was right, he should not fight, saying he should fight. So now don't fight among yourself, we will be discussing that. So it's just like sometimes there are criminals in the society, and if we say that okay, criminals should not be hanged or they should not be punished, so is the sentiment right? Huh? I mean, criminals should not be punished, even if somebody murders, even if somebody rape. Like practically what Kauravas were trying to do to the Draupadi would be in the modern terms something known as rape. If something, and then we should not punish the criminals, let them go just because they are relatives. How do you feel now? Is this the right? Yeah. 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 So in those days, the laws was being governed by the Kshatriyas. So Arjun was in a position, in a proper position as a like to punish because he was Kshatriya. He was not somebody who just came all the way to punish without having the right to punish. He had the right because he was Kshatriya. So when Krishna saw that Arjuna, his dear friend, is bewildered and that too on the battlefield when one has to perform action. For example, if somebody is in a operation theater, he has to do operation, and then he is saying, "Oh, my hands are becoming like trembling. I don't feel like doing operation." Baba, you have to do operation now. It's in the operation theater, so it's something like that. So finally, then now Prabhupada mentions it there that Arjuna was saying one of the reasons of not fighting was that if I will fight, then if let's say I win, but then all these people will be dead. All these people will be dead, my relatives and everyone. So then, to whom shall I show? With whom will I enjoy my opulence? Let's say even if I fight, even if I get all the kingdom, but ultimately one enjoys his kingdom with his friends and relatives, na? If the friends and relatives are dead and gone, then with whom I will enjoy? It's something like that. It's something like that. That if somebody has the whole kingdom, and then we want to enjoy, and we cannot enjoy with our friends. Usually we earn money, and then we enjoy by spending that money or keeping them in the bank, and we satisfied that we have so much money, or investing them like that. But there are two types of enjoyment generally. One thing is like directly enjoying the goods. Other thing is subtle satisfaction or subtle enjoyment. For instance, if somebody has a new ring, then then he or she will definitely wear the new ring, and then again and again move hands so that everybody notes that she has got a new ring. Come on, note, I have got a new ring. Yeah. Or if somebody has a new car, then naturally he would like to go with his family, friends, or show off that car in the public, or at least enjoy with the family, friends. So the same reason was with Arjun. Like, even if I win, let's say the whole Hastinapur and the whole world, but with whom I will enjoy? These Kauravas will be gone, and to whom I will show my opulence, just like the person wearing ring wants to show, new ring wants to show it to others. Or person wearing, let's say somebody has a tattoo on his body, then they will definitely, and if the tattoo is here, then definitely they won't wear the full sleeves to cover the tattoo, but they will wear something like that so as to show off the tattoo. It's something like that. So there's like something like direct enjoyment and something like subtle satisfaction, which one gets by showing off or by enjoying with the friends and relatives. This was also one of the reasons. So to fight on personal grounds so as to enjoy the kingdom, or to not fight on the personal grounds so that to whom shall we show off, both fall within the purview of Karma Yoga, because both are motivated by what? Personal desire. Getting the point? Everybody is there with me? Yeah. So both are motivated by what? Personal desire. I want to fight on personal desire, or I don't want to fight on personal desire. That is known as karma. But the title of this chapter is Karma Yoga. That means there is one more word, yoga. Just like you were mentioning, Gita is about karma. Gita is about karma. That understanding is there, but that understanding is not complete, because there is one more word there, yoga. Gita is not about simple karma, because simple karma means fruitive work. To do karma on our personal grounds and enjoying the fruits or suffer the results. Whereas there is one word which says in any edition of Bhagavad Gita, yoga. Karma yoga. Yoga means to connect. So when we connect our karma with Krishna, that becomes what? Karma yoga. Thank you. Yeah, karma yoga. Yeah. So karma yoga means to do karma on behalf of Krishna, for Krishna. Now Krishna wanted this battle to happen. Not for himself. He would go back home to his place from where he came. Anyways, he was ruling the Dwarka and Mathura area. He didn't have anything to do with that area. But for the welfare of the whole world, because if there is saintly king on throne, if there is righteous king on the throne, then citizens will be happy. But if a rogue, a thief, or a womanizer or rapist is there on throne, then the whole kingdom will be havoc. Citizens will be suffering. So he wanted Yudhishthir to be on the throne for the welfare of the whole world. As a supreme father, Krishna was considering. So Krishna wanted this battle to happen. So when we don't understand this noble intention of Krishna as a supreme father for the benefit of all, some people foolishly say that Krishna caused the war to happen. But Krishna had a very wonderful reason for benefit of all for the war to happen. Because the person who was ruling was not, of the good character. So we cannot allow ruffians to be on the like government position in that way. So Krishna then wanted war to happen. And so Krishna explained in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, after Arjun surrendered to Krishna, that kindly advise me. I am giving so many different logics of fighting and not fighting, but still I am confused. Have you been in that state sometimes? That we are giving what types of logics? This should happen and this should not happen. We are in ourselves debating in our own heart. So there is a tug of war between sometimes head and heart, or like that. Have you been in some situation like that? So same way Arjun was there, and so he surrendered to Krishna. Kindly advise me. I am talking to you like a friend, but that I think is not working. I now surrender to you as my spiritual master. Kindly advise me. I am your Shishya. I am your disciple. So then Krishna began speaking Bhagavad Gita in second chapter and explained him in different ways that how soul is eternal, and basically the body dies, the soul doesn't die, and we are eternal spark, and so you fight as a duty to please me, for my pleasure, Krishna said, engaging your whole intelligence and mind in pleasing me. So when Arjun heard this Buddhi Yoga in the second chapter, in which Krishna is saying that one should become detached from the results of the action, and one should engage one's intelligence in pleasing Krishna. So then Arjuna, who wanted to avoid the battlefield, is now asking this question on the first sloka of the third chapter. The verse goes like, Jesi chet karmanaste matta buddhi janardana tatam kim karmani ghore mam niyojasi keshava. So Arjuna is saying, O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare? Warfare is always ghastly. It's not something like peaceful or like that. If you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work. So in the previous chapter, Krishna established how intelligence is better than the fruitive work. So now Arjuna is using the same argument. Hey, you only said that intelligence is better than the fruitive work. So now why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare? And then, so the Prabhupada, founder Acharya, is giving the purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna has very elaborately described the constitution of soul in the previous chapter. He described what is soul, with a view of delivering his intimate friend Arjuna from the ocean of material grief. So Arjuna was basically drowning in the ocean of material grief. Oh, my friends will die. Oh, my relatives will die. And in that way, he was not taking his duty. He was not doing his duty. He was not taking the action which he was supposed to take. But Krishna told that the soul never dies. This Bhishma Pitama, to whom we are saying that Bhishma Pitama is not the body. It's it's basically like the soul won't die. The soul of Bhishma Pitama won't die. So don't think yourself like responsible for these actions which are being done on my part. Get the point? Don't think yourself responsible for the actions which you are doing on my part. Srila Prabhupada explains this in a very wonderful way. A soldier may kill hundreds of people in a battle, but then is the soldier punished for that? Instead, he is awarded. Wow, you killed 100 people. But if without the permission of government, soldier just like slaps a person, then also he might be sometime punished and made liable for that. How dare you abuse that person? So similarly, like when we do something on Krishna's behalf, then it's because it's done on his account, just like the soldier is doing on the government's behalf. So he is not responsible for the reactions which comes. But the same soldier, if he slaps a person, a boy or a girl, without I mean authorization, then he is made liable. The same way, like if we do any work which is not authorized by Krishna, or which is not in connection with Krishna, then we are held liable. So Arjun was drowning in this material grief, and finally, like Krishna is like delivered him from that. And the beautiful word being used in the translation is "O Janardana." So "O Janardana" has some mischievous meaning also, some mischievous meaning also. Janardana means the Lord of Heart. So Krishna is the Lord of Heart. I mean, Krishna resides inside the heart. He knows what we are saying and what we are meaning. Like sometimes we may say something, but we mean something else. And sometimes we mean something else and we say something else. But there is lots of difference in that. So when Arjun is saying that, he is saying to addressing Krishna as Janardana. I am saying this shloka. I mean, I am using your own words which you said in the second chapter to against you, so as to escape fighting. Arjun, so Krishna said, "No, the intelligence is better than the fruity work." So he said, then why are you engaging in fighting? So he wanted to avoid fighting by using the same words of Krishna. Krishna was saying him to fight, but he was trying to act smart and using the same words of Krishna in avoiding the fighting. So he's using the words as Janardana, that you know what my heart is. And it's a very beautiful, there are many wonderful lessons which we can learn from this verse if we stay tuned. So Prabhupada is continuing, and the path of realization has been recommended Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness. Now, just be attentive. Sometimes Krishna consciousness is misunderstood to be inertia. Sometimes Krishna consciousness or Bhakti Yoga is misunderstood to be inertia, and one with such an understanding often withdraws to a secluded place to become fully Krishna conscious by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. So oftentimes people ask this question, okay, if we take to spirituality or Krishna consciousness, will I have to leave my home? Isn't it the same question so many times it is being asked? That if I start chanting Hare Krishna, or if I join ISKCON, or if I take to any Krishna conscious process, or take to Bhakti Yoga, will I have to leave my home? Will I have to leave my job? Will I have to become sannyasi or sannyasini or something like that? Did you ever face that question? Or did you ever heard that question from somebody? Like that, we often hear these questions. We have had two types of questions. One is that will I have to leave all these things? And second question is, when can I leave it? So both of them are like, in the sense like both types of questions come. So first question, so here Prabhupada is explaining that one doesn't have to leave his position. In whichever position one is, one has to simply add Krishna into one life. Just like there are many zeros. If you add one in the front of two zeros, it becomes 100. And then there may be 3 zeros. If you add one, it becomes thousands. Just add this one Krishna in your life. That is the process of dovetailing our everyday life in Krishna. So, but what happens? Sometimes we just want to escape the things. Just like Arjuna is trying to escape here from his duty of fighting. So sometimes students come, sometimes like students come, they said, when can I leave studies? Why? And become fully Krishna conscious. So they basically, the idea is to leave studies and using spirituality as an excuse. Or like, let's say there was one fight between husband and wife. So whenever husband and wife, they would be fight between husband and wife, husband would say, I will take sannyas, and then you can remain here at the home, and then I will leave you. Then wife will become terrified, and then she will stop. Okay, I should become submissive, I should not fight with my husband like that. So this went on and went on. Every time they would fight, husband would threaten the wife that I would leave the home and take sannyas. and then you can remain alone with your children. And then the wife would become like, okay, I should not fight. So this went on. One time a saint came to the village where this family lived, and she served the saint, and she asked that, can I ask a question from you? Saint said, yes. My husband often threatens me that he will take sannyas. Please, even if he comes to you that he wants to take sannyas, you don't give him sannyas. So she was so worried that she was saying that even if he comes to you, you don't give him sannyas. So the sannyas, that saint said, don't worry. Like, I mean, he won't come to me. He won't take sannyas, and neither I would give sannyas. Then he asked the whole story. Okay, yeah. So when he came to know, he told that lady that whenever the next time your husband says that I am going to take sannyas, you just say that, okay, you take sannyas. And then you tell him that to take sannyas. Okay. So then she was, sure, yes, you do this. So next time, whenever the husband and wife were fighting again, husband told, I told you many times that I will take sannyas, I will leave the home. The wife said that, okay, take sannyas. And he was shocked. And then she said, why are you sitting? Why are you not going? So then he was surprised that what has happened to my wife today. And then she said, I'm telling you right now go away. And then she practically pushed him outside the house. You go away, you take sannyas. And the husband went to take sannyas. So then finally he came back at 2 a.m. back in the home. He said, I'm not coming back because of you. I'm coming back because I have my children to take care of that. So the point is, sometimes we want to take spirituality as an excuse to escape our duties. That's what Arjuna is trying to do here. Taking spirituality as an excuse to escape fighting. Sometimes students think that we can skip our studies and take spirituality as an excuse. So spirituality is not an inertia, Prabhupada is saying. In fact, everything can be dovetailed in the service of Krishna. So spirituality is not an excuse to escape from our responsibilities as a wife, as a husband, as a like that, whatever responsibilities in a job or like that, but rather doing it everything in the consciousness to please Krishna. In whatever position we are, remaining in that position, and at the same time associating with the devotees of Krishna and understanding this philosophy which we are discussing right now, and in that way linking our life with Krishna. That's the way of perfection, not running away from the responsibility. So this is how things happen. Like you see, Jesus Christ was not living in a secluded place. He was living in a congested in a city. Similarly, we have our temples in the cities. Like we have one temple in Soho Street. It's in one of the busy part of the London, so that people can take to spirituality. Spirituality doesn't mean to go into in the forest, in a secluded place like that. It is, or to go into some Himalaya cave. Right now, even and even in Himalaya, there won't be much peace right now. But spirituality doesn't mean that we run away from the active life. So Krishna wanted Arjuna to live an active life, remain wherever he is and fight, but not fight on his personal ground, which we established in the beginning, but fight for Krishna. So that makes the whole difference. One, what is the motivation? That makes the whole difference. What is the motivation? Motivation is to please Krishna, or motivation is our own self-esteem or our own false ego, or our own sense of proving the things. So that's how it goes. And then Prabhupada is continuing that if one, but without being trained in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, it is not advisable to chant the holy name of Krishna in a secluded place where one may acquire only cheap adoration from the innocent public. So, there are many saints who would retire to live, that they will think that, okay, we will chant always 24 hours, but then what happens if they are not fully mature? then they end up thinking about from where will the food come in their chanting Hare Krishna. They are, like, for example, they may retire from the active life and go to Vrindavan with an intention to chant 24 hours. Okay, I will chant 24 hours. But then because they are not mature in the Krishna consciousness, they are not mature in the realization, the internal realization. So they end up like in their chanting thinking about what? Food, from where will food come, from where will money come, from where will my old age security come, like that. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of the great saints there, like who is like fourth picture, would say, "Ei to Kalir Chela." Like, he is not a disciple of Krishna or Guru, he is a disciple of Kali. Kali means Kali Yuga or the vicious age. He has tilak and he has kanthi, he is dressed like a devotee, but he is thinking about from where will I get a association of opposite gender, from where will I get money, from where will I get the food, from where will I get the old age security. So there are many such people who in this immature stage try to do this thing. And then what happens? People can see for themselves, and any intelligent man can see that who is bluffing and who is really Krishna conscious. So it doesn't work in that way. So one has to remain where one is. And at the same time, there is a very beautiful verse which comes. The exact verse is, Gyane prayasam udapasya namanta eva jivanti san mukharita bhavadiya vartam sthane sitam shutigatam tanovan manobhir ya prayasya jitopi asi taestre lokyam. This is a verse being spoken by Lord Brahma, who is the basically created this whole material universe. So he is saying one has to remain in his own place. How he is saying? He is saying, praying to the Krishna, O Lord, those who while remaining situated in their established social position, we all have some social position. For example, let's say, what is your social position? I mean, what is your social position? Huh? Sorry? I mean, what is your social position? Established social position means like, I mean, in society, what role you are playing? I mean, your mother, wife, daughter, like that. Yeah, very good. And anything else? Any other responsibility is there? You are working like that. So here Brahma is saying those who, even while remaining situated in their established social position, so remain wherever you are. Throw away the process of speculative knowledge and with their body, mind and words, offer the respects to the descriptions of your personalities and activities, dedicating the lives to these narrations which are vibrated by you personally and by your pure devotees. Certainly conquer your lordship, although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone within the three worlds. The purport is that Krishna cannot be conquered by anyone. So Krishna is the Supreme Lord. One cannot conquer Krishna by our mental faculties. Okay, I have a very nice mind, and with which I will understand Krishna. Okay, I have a very sharp intelligence. I am like, let's say, the top ranker in my university, so I will understand Krishna. So Krishna cannot be understood by our fertile brain or whatever, like our sharp intelligence in that way. Krishna cannot be understood in that way. Krishna cannot be conquered in that way. But how Krishna is conquered? One can remain in a social position, established social position, and still engage mind, body, and words in giving respects and dedicating the life to hearing about Krishna, just like you are trying to do. You are sitting here with your body, and now what you have to do is bring your mind also. So whenever the mind is wandering here, there, or that, just bring your mind back to this discussion which we are doing. So with mind, body, and words, dedicating to hearing about the glories of Krishna amongst the society of devotees. Just like we all are devotees, we are trying to understand what Krishna's message. And at the same time, we are in our established social position. By that simple process, we can conquer the unconquerable Lord. And there are many, many examples to this. In the Vrindavan, like the simple village woman who used to sell something in the different from the in the market. So they would see whenever they would go to the home of Mother Yashoda, they would see the different pastimes being enacted by the Krishna. So they would, so this would be the everyday news of Krishna, news of Vrindavan. You know, today Krishna did this thing. Today Krishna killed like Bakasur. Today Krishna killed Aghasur. Today Krishna punished Kaliya. So this was the daily news in the Vrindavan. So this simple village women would hear about these different glories of Krishna, and then when they would go to other village, they would speak that thing to other people, like to whomsoever, let's say they're buying and selling. So they would discuss about Krishna. Krishna is so beautiful. Krishna speaks like this. Krishna dances like this, and Krishna plays flute like this. So now that simple like discussion about Krishna's glory in their local vernacular language was more pleasing to Krishna than the hymns being chanted in the Vedas. That's it, because the intention was pure, and in that way, this is the process to get Krishna. So that's the point which Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, that we can remain in wherever position we are, but the formula is dedicate our mind, body and heart and ears, mind, body and words in hearing about Krishna, in reading about Krishna, in understanding Krishna, in chanting Hare Krishna. Just like we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that way we can conquer Krishna. So Arjun also thought, Prabhupada is continuing, Arjun also thought of Krishna conscious or Buddhi Yoga or intelligence and spiritual advancement of knowledge as something like retirement from active life and the practice of penance and austerity at a secluded place. That I will retire from the active life, Arjun thought. I will not fight and I will go to the forest. But Krishna is saying, Baba, you are Kshatriya by nature. Even if you go to forest, you are saying that, then how will you maintain yourself? Arjun said that I will beg in the forest. I will beg and I will eat in the forest. But by nature he is Kshatriya. Then he may go on begging in the forest, and if somebody won't give what he will ask, then he will again kill that person, because his nature is to fight. So instead of fighting with our own nature, we should fight for Krishna. So now here in this verse, Arjuna is fighting with his own nature. His nature is to fight. So Krishna is saying, don't fight with your own nature, rather fight for me. So Krishna is saying, Prabhupada is saying here, in other words, he wanted to skillfully, very beautiful, in other words, he wanted to skillfully avoid the fighting by using Krishna consciousness as an excuse. As I mentioned, sometimes students want to avoid studies using Krishna consciousness as an excuse. Or the famous example of which I gave, the husband wanted to avoid family life by taking sannyasa as an excuse. So like that. But as a sincere student, he placed this matter before his master and questioned Krishna as to his best course of action. In answer, Lord Krishna elaborately explained Karma Yoga or work in Krishna consciousness in this third chapter. So what happened? Although Arjuna was giving all these arguments, but he was sincere at heart. So what did he did? He placed the question before his friend and spiritual master. So even if when we are having these conflicting thoughts, as I said, the fight between the head and heart, it is best to approach somebody who is above this fight, who can help us. So therefore, we all need spiritual master. As Arjun had spiritual master, Krishna accepted spiritual master. So there's also importance of spiritual master being said here. So then in that way, Arjun surrendered to Krishna and asked this question, clarified this question. See, I think Krishna that I should retire from the active life. So therefore, I am thinking in this way. What do you think? So in this is the first question is asking in the beginning of the third chapter, and this question extends, and then Krishna goes on explaining again that what he explained in the second chapter, like that. So this is the point which is very much essential, that we need to dovetail our life, our activities, whatever we like, in Krishna consciousness. So, and that is like adding Krishna in the life. Yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga. So yoga means adding. So it's like adding Krishna. Just like it's like I give the example of adding one in the front of zeros. So in that way, adding. So whoever we are, we may be artists, scientists, science students, commerce students, chartered accountant. We may be management student, maybe shopkeeper, housewife. Just to add Krishna in your life by chanting Hare Krishna and by linking our work and our results with Krishna. Yeah. So just like we have this a microphone, Prabhupada used to give example. So we don't reject the microphone as something material or this is Maya, I won't touch. But we are using this microphone to speak about Krishna. And that way this microphone is getting spiritualized. So this is like this was a very beautiful manner before, the place before. It's not that, okay, this is Maya, we will reject, we won't use, but using the same thing for the glorification of Krishna. Now it's a beautiful temple. We use cars, we use flights, we use like laptops, computers, and whatnot, all the latest IT. So, in the service of Krishna. And this is the principle which is being taught particularly in this line of philosophy by Srila Rupa Goswami, who is the foremost acharya in this Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. This principle is the principle of Yukta Vairagya. So one example is of the Falgu Vairagya or Markat Vairagya. I give the example of Falgu Vairagya. Falgu is basically a place, a river, in which it seems like basically like there will be water, but there's no water, like that. Or it's like a something. I mean, so basically this is like a Yukt Vairagya. So, or other example is like Markat Vairagya, like monkey. Monkey, you see, monkey is very much renounced. Monkey, you see that monkey is not wearing something. He's not wearing anything. But what he is doing? He is having 12 female monkeys with him. So one may see, oh, he's having this, he's Vairagi. He's like renounced. But that is not the actual Vairagya. Actual Vairagya is when you use all the facilities in the service of Krishna, but we are not attached to that. We are using it for the service of Krishna, just like that. And we are not attached to enjoying it. We are not attached to it for our own pleasure. So Srila Prabhupada used to say that for our own welfare, we can sit down and chant Hare Krishna under a tree. But then who will come there? But still we need these temples so that people can come and be here. These are some of the understanding on this verse which we had. Does anybody has any question or any reflection like that? I hope your question got answered, that whether Arjun should. Now both are on the same page or like still fighting, like. I mean, you were saying. Any other question and any question from this chapter or from any other thing like that? So basically, to summarize, this is like we use all that we have been given by all the gifts which are being bestowed by Krishna to us in offering it back to Krishna. And that way we worship the Krishna. How? Just like the mother Ganges. Ganges is such a vast river. Then we take some water from the Ganges and offer it back to the Ganges. Have you seen, has anybody done that? Sometimes taking the water from the Ganga and offering it back to the Ganga. Or taking the water from the Yamuna and offering it back. So whatever we have been given by Krishna, whatever talents, skills, we have been given by Krishna at a time, then we can give our time and attention to Krishna. Just like we gave our past 45 minutes discussing Bhagavad Gita. So we gave that time and attention to Krishna. We could have done hundreds of other things in that time, but we gave that attention to Krishna. And so, and whatever talents, skills we can, and somebody can speak, so he can explain Bhagavad Gita. Somebody can hear, so all of us can hear, so we can hear Bhagavad Gita. Somebody can sing, he can sing for Krishna. We can dance for Krishna. We use our cars, vehicles to come to drive it and come to the temple. We may, whenever we come to the temple, we can bring some offering to Krishna, some fruit, flower, something like that. So in that way, we engage everything in the service of Krishna, and not using spirituality as an excuse to escape our responsibilities. Rather, doing our responsibilities by dovetailing it for the pleasure of Lord. And fight, just like Arjun was perplexed. Earlier he was fighting for the personal ground, and then he was avoiding fighting on the personal ground. So that makes what is known as karma or fruitive work. But the name of chapter is Karma Yoga. Yoga means that which is engaged, dovetail with Krishna. So we have to come from karma to karma yoga. So what does it mean? That if Krishna wants, we will fight for him. And if Krishna doesn't want, we won't fight. So that's known as karma yoga. Engaging our work for the pleasure of Krishna. And so in that way it becomes spiritualized. And we give the example of soldier. Who heard that example and who will explain? The example of soldier, that soldier can kill. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Soldier can kill hundreds of soldiers on the battlefield, and he will be rewarded, not punished. But if he slaps a random guy, then he will be punished. And so Arjun was like confused on the battlefield. This confusion was compared to, like, I gave example of a doctor. A doctor is there for? Doctor is there for? Yeah. 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 Yes. Yes. So doctor has to do his work. Like doctor has to do surgery. He cannot like say in the operation theater, oh my hands are shaking like that. So, and this war Krishna wanted, and why Krishna wanted? For the welfare of the whole world. This is the common misunderstanding, especially amongst lots and lots of Indians, like that. Oh, Krishna caused the war between Arjuna and between Pandavas and Kauravas. Arjun was nice; he was having nice sentiments. He didn't wanted to fight, but Krishna pushed him. But Krishna had a noble cause for that, because the other party was ruffians. They were like thieves and rogues and like that. They practically insulted Draupadi. So and Draupadi was not a like random girl on the street. She was the queen. So if one has an audacity to insult the queen, then what to speak about the normal people like that? So that's why Krishna wanted the war. Those were some of the thoughts, and now we will assemble for the darshan of their lordships, and that way we will engage our seeing power in seeing the beautiful darshan of Shri Radha Gokulananda, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. So that way, this power of seeing being given to us by Krishna, and then we will engage it in the seeing Him. We can then we sing for Krishna. So that way we engage our singing power, and we hear Hare Krishna Mahamantra like that, and then we dance. So that way we engage all our senses in the service of Krishna. So now we will just wind up. There's Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your kind attention. Yeah, I hope you understood whatever was to be understood. And then let's see.
Is it okay to sing? prasad on the other side.
God bless you.
And you know the speakers are connected, right?
God bless
So
you
we
for
can
your
hear you.
service. You're always serving. Bless you.
You can also make announcement that we have Aarti and all those things.
Thank you.
And then gives a chart that
Thank you.
we come here like that.
Sure. Hare Krishna, dear devotees and friends. Thank you so much for coming today to Bhaktivedanta Mana to take darshan of their beautiful lordships, Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai, and Srila Prabhupada. Please come forward for Gaura Arti. You'll see the lyrics for the pratna, for the prayers up here on the wall. Please do follow. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokulanand Radha Gokulanand Radhe Radhe. Jai Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jai Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Bhagwan ki jai. Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Gaur Nitai Bhagwan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati ko shobha. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati ko shobha. Jahanavi tatavani jagamanalo Jahanavi tatavani jagamanalo Dakhine nitai chanda Bami gadhadhara. Nikate advaita Shrini Vasha Chatradhara. Voshiyache Gaura Chanda Ratna Simhashane. घोष आदि गाया। शंख बाजे, घंट बाजे, बाजे करताला। मधुर मृदंग बाजे, परम रसाला। मधुर मृदंग बाजे, परम रसाला। शंख बाजे, घंट बाजे, मधुर 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 बाजे। Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Gauravani Pracharine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, केशव माधव दीन दयाल, जय गोविंदा जय गोपाल, केशव माधव दीन दयाल, जय गोविंदा जय गोपाल, केशव माधव दीन दयाल। दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल, जय राधा गोकुलानंद, राधे राधे जय राधा गोकुलानंद, राधे राधे जय राधा गोकुलानंद, राधे राधे जय राधा गोकुलानंद, जय राधा गोकुलानंद, राधे राधे राधा गोकुलानंद, राधे राधे जय राधा गोकुलानंद, राधे राधे जय राधा गोकुलानंद, जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, जय गोरानिताय जय गोरानिताय, निमाय निताय जय गोरानिताय, जय पतित पावन प्रभु पदा, जय जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभु पदा, पतित पावन प्रभु पदा, जय जगत गुरु श्रीला जय गुरुदेवा श्रीला प्रभु पदा, गुरुदेवा श्रीला प्रभु पदा, जय गुरुदेवा श्रीला। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, नित्य गौर हरि बोल,
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we just ask everyone to put their hands together. If they have room, they can bow down. We're going to do what's called Prema Dwani prayers. So if I say Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki, you will say? Jai. Okay, very good. Okay, Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramhansa Parivarajacharya Astotar Sadashri Srimad, His Loving Divine Grace Abhay Charanar Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Sri Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Namchara Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Sri Rup Sri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhupada Ki, Prem Se Ko Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasti Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Madan Mohan Shamakun Radha Kun Sri Giri Govardhan Ki, Sri Ganga Maita Munamai Ki, Tulsi Maharani Bhakti Devi Ki, Harinam Sankirtan Yuga Dharma Ki, Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution ki. Sri Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki. Mayapur Navadvip Dham ki. Nilachal Jagannath Puri Dham ki. Sri Dwarka Puri Dham ki. Sri Ayodhya Dham ki. Sri Bhaktivedanta Mana Dham ki. Sri Radha Gokulananda's 50th anniversary celebration year ki. Vaishnav Sangha Vaishnav Seva ki. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious to Lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. So we humbly request everyone just to sit down for a few minutes. We're just going to finish with prayers to Lord Nrsingadev. And Prahlad Maharaj, he was protected by Lord Nrsingadev, and Lord Nrsingadev is the Bhakta Rakshak. He is the protector of the devotees.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Nrsingadev Bhagwan ki Jai. Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Namaste Narasingaya.
Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki, Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Guru Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. So thank you everyone for coming to Bhaktivedanta Manor this evening. Next door in the reception they are serving some Mahaprasad, and the next Aarti will be at 9 o'clock. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll check with them.
As soon as Krishna Chaitanya finishes his A-levels, I'm going to arrange a program with the brahmacharis. I'll let you know.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnava